Yeah, I think it's good. Y'all see my head is kind of like funky, right? Yeah, it's not dirty, it's just funky. Anyway, let me talk to y'all again for a second. Um, you see, the world has a lot of losers, and there are two kinds of losers. There are fake losers, and there are the real losers. You know, the real losers. I mean, I have like many definitions for a lot of things, and especially when something pops up in my feed, either on IG or on Instagram or any of these social media apps that I use, because their algorithms really be picking up things that the environment be thinking you're thinking or that you're emitting. Um, Let me tell you something. The world is so childish. The world is so immature that they are not capable of grasping even the concept. The world is not capable even of grasping the mere concept of something that is beyond their current thought patterns, paradigms, behaviors, traditions, civilizations. They are so afraid of it, especially when it breathes, eats, shits, talk, feels just like them. In other way, in other words, if that something is human in some way like them, they will then think that they have the right to throw on that thing labels that in their mind will force that thing to grow according to their own growing patterns. So, somebody said, if the news is fake, imagine for history, man. If the news is fake, like every day they be popping fake shit, right? Imagine for the history books, imagine for history as a whole. And the people they be calling the losers, right? Shit, if only you knew. If only you knew. Those people, I've met a lot of them. I've met a lot of losers, like quote unquote losers. And I'm really proud to have met those people. They are the ultimate winners. The true, I mean, the fake losers. They are the fake losers. The real losers, I'm going to pop on them after this take on the fake losers. The fake losers, you know who they are? They are those people that, those souls that the world has nothing to offer to them. Literally. Literally, they have nothing to offer to them. Shit. I'm going to trigger so many egos right now, so many like communities, but I don't give a fuck though, as usual. The world literally has nothing to offer to many of the fake losers. The real winners, the world has nothing to offer them. The best they can do is give them what they be asking for. And most times, those fake losers, who are really the authentic winners, they have come to the realization that it's better they ask the world for the least of their desires. the list of their desired things, because the world cannot answer to even the medium. So I can, like, to even the medium, like the medium desires that they have. No, so let alone the high desires that they have, because we have layered desires. Our desires are always layered. You see, for an artist, for the true artist, what he really wants, or what she really wants, is not it's not glory, it's not money, it's not. At best, what he wants is recognition. At best, what he asks for the world is recognition. But really, they be wanting more than just recognition. They be wanting people to just level up to their level. Just grow with them, with their art, with what they've been trying to express. The biggest thing for an artist is for someone to actually tap into the energies of their craft, of their art, and really understand it from inside of them. Not the outside, but from inside. Somebody that really gets it. Somebody that their art touches to their core, and they get changed from there. And in return, that person expresses it back to the artist. This is one of the things that the true artist really wants, among other things, But the world is so childish, broken, and ghetto-ish. The world is a big ghetto. And they are so ghetto-ish, so miserable, they feel so alone, so abandoned by their own selves, that every time somebody comes and says, "You're not alone," because I'm here and I'm not alone, and you're here with me, so that means you're not alone as well, and I'm free and I'm here, so that means you're free too. And they be looking like, what is he talking about? What is she talking about? Nigga, we're not free. What? And the artist be like, the first phase, usually, they feel ashamed. They feel ashamed to be so bright. They feel ashamed to be so unique, so advanced, so fast, so brilliant, so excellent, so amazing. They feel ashamed. This is the first part. And a lot of them, they start dissociating themselves from their true essence. They be lying. You see a lot of rappers, they don't want to talk about killing people. They don't want to talk about stealing people. They don't want to talk about tricking people. They want to talk about what they want to talk about, but they feel like society. They feel like society. They're so afraid of society. They don't even know that society doesn't mean shit without them. Listen, you artists, you're listening to me right now. You see the world? The world. I'm talking for real. You see, the world, the whole fucking world. It's not shit without you. It's nothing without you, artist. You see what they be doing with the dead artist? They be recycling all their materials. You know why? Because they are so bored. And they are so close-minded, so deaf, so pathetic that they don't want to give the new artist a passageway to express themselves freely, so they prefer to recycle the art of the dead ones, the ones that already passed. And each time they see that a bold and new artist comes and want to free all the others, they be wanting to do all types of shit to them. They be sitting like, they be coming with all their traumas, all their words, all their labels, all their... For me, it's just gross. Every time I watch or notice these things, I'll be like, how dare you? I'll be like, how dare you come in front of a giant and try to belittle them? That's an artist. Do you know what that even means? What? Do you know the nobility? Nobility. Do you know the power it takes? Huh? The awesomeness it takes to be an artist. How dare you come with your like stupid prizes and offers and try to like make amend for your close-mindedness. It's like, where do you even come from? Like, can't you just wash yourself? Can't you just unclutter your pathetic labels and patterns? And can you just do that for yourself for a second? And then you could be, it's not a guarantee, you could be eligible to talk with us artists. Because until then, you really don't mean shit. Like, because you don't even know how to listen. The best the world can do, the best they can do, you've given artists everything they ask for. Everything. And you know why I say everything? Because the true artists, they are not greedy. Or if they are, even when they are, it doesn't come from a selfish, egoic position. Me as an artist, I be greedy as fuck. I'm not lying to y'all. I be wanting to do like 10-minute song and shit like that. Songs that never finish. But it's not greedy. It's not greed. It's not greed. It's that timeless energy that be flowing. That want to keep flowing, like, without boundaries. Listen, I'm one of these artists that used to freestyle for hours. I'm not talking one or two. It happened multiple times that I freestyled for like 2 hours and a half, 3 hours. And people be like, what the fuck is happening? Like, how is that even possible? He doesn't like, he doesn't even like, these are not the written texts. These are not the written lyrics. He be freestyling them, like for real. I be going to the studio and freestyle 3-4 songs back to back. Back to back, and I'm not the only one. That's the beauty of it. I'm not the only one. And because people like me, you know, in a certain chronology, not for all times, but in a certain chronology, they come with all their power and innocence without the requirements of this fake world, which is you have to dress a certain way, you have to speak a certain way, you have to be politically correct. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Because the true politic is how you rule yourself. God damn it. The true definition of politic is how you govern yourself. Because if you don't know how to govern yourself, you will not know how to govern your house. And you will not, if you don't know how to govern your house, you won't know how to govern your family. And if you don't know how to govern your family, you won't know how to govern a community. And if you do not know how to govern a community, you will not know how society should be governed. Or further than that, you won't know how a civilization should be governed. You will not know, and you will always give that power or governance to something external to you, because you don't know what the fuck that means from inside. So you go and give it to somebody else outside of you because you don't know how to rule yourself. The true politician is the one that knows how to rule him or herself. And when he knows or she knows that, can't nobody come and tell him what the fuck he should be doing. Can nobody come and tell him how he should govern him or herself. Not at all. Not at all, because he already knows. He already knows what's up. And to go back to this loser thing, the fake losers are the real winners. They are not popular. Some of them are, but they don't really want the popularity. They don't really want the fame. They couldn't care less about fame, actually. It just comes as a side effect of them being who they are. Point blank, period. But you see the real losers? These are the conformists. I don't have anything against conformists. I don't even have the time to hate them. I reserve my hate for something more valuable than that. Shit. I reserve my hate for something more valuable and more meaningful than conformists. Because they are so meaningless. They were born with meaning, but they chose to go and squash their uniqueness in order to fit in whatever box they think is good for them. Whatever that means. Shit. The fake losers are the real winners, and we are the world. Just like Michael Jackson said. We are the power. We are the freedom. We are the future. We've always been the past. And we've always been the present. Even though the world want to depaint us or want to depict us as something else. You see how they did? You see, sometimes, most times, when you are so big, they can just squash you. You see what they do? They minimize your influence. They minimize your contribution. They minimize what you represent. They minimize your significance. Leonardo da Vinci. You think that nigga was how they depict him? Nah, nigga was way more than that. Nigga was way more than that. All the black geniuses that they don't even talk about. these things that we be inventing, all this like Nikola Tesla. Shit. Don't start me. Shit. Not even him, Nikola Tesla. His mentor, Swami Vivekananda. God damn it. Time is up for these motherfuckers, man. Time is way, way up, man. Game is over for y'all. Game is over for y'all. Talking for real. And game been over for a long time now, but some of the real winners, it's been taking, as usual, it's been taking them a long time to just wake the fuck up. But shit, game is over for the real losers. Game is over for the real losers. These conformists and shit like that. I know, man. Should I be like sweeping my eyes upon the world and shit? Even though these eyes, the physical eyes, are mistaken most time, 95% of the time, what they see is not what they see, but most times I be sweeping my eyes on the world, and 99.99% of what I see, what my physical eyes see, these things don't even satisfy them. They don't even satisfy them. They don't even satisfy my physical eyes. I'm not even gonna start talking about my non-physical eye. It's gross. Game is over. Game is over, y'all. So, for all my fake losers out there, don't let the world make you think you're a loser just because you don't live like them, just because you don't believe their lies, just because you don't abide by their rules, just because you do not adapt their lifestyle, just because even though you speak their own language, you choose to transcend that shit. And don't lose hope, because shit, if I'm aware that you are there, best believe that something bigger than me knows that we are here. And we're not fucking alone. Don't you ever think that again. We're not alone. And you were meant to come here and win big time while you're enjoying yourself. Don't be afraid to smile and laugh at them. And don't think you're being self-centered because you're laughing while you're winning. Who doesn't laugh while he's winning? Or while she's winning? Who doesn't flex when he or she knows that he or she's the shit? Who doesn't? And you see that phrase like be humble? It's also another phrase to keep people like, in a certain box. You're great, but be humble. What the fuck? What does that even mean? You're great, but be humble. It's like I'm a giant, but do as though you're not a giant. Behave as though you are a... How do they call these people, man? Not shorts, but... goblin. You're a giant, but behave or live as though you were goblin. For real. There is some wisdom to that too. I will admit that. But what is the definition of self-awareness? Even though from that perspective as well, I will admit that being a giant is also being a goblin. Because, it's not one way or the other. It's one way and the other, and then some more. Anyway, man, I think I've said enough. For all my fake winners out there, you're pathetic. Trust me, you are. And game is over for y'all. And the box that you chose to fit in, that shit is claustrophobic as fuck. Yeah. That shit like creates claustrophobia, like just by looking at it. Just by being aware of it, I'm claustrophobic. It's like, what? So for all of y'all, man, all the fake losers out there doing anything, the real winners, keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. I know it's hard. Sometimes, they be fucking you real hard. I know, man. Shit. I've been fucked hard, too. Nigga. Yeah, they be raping y'all, I know. They be raping your spirit. They be trying to rape your soul and shit. Like, I know, man. I know. They be trying to do all that. All types of, unthinkable shit to you. I know. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. They be coming and wanting to take, what is the most precious for y'all. They be coming to take your innocence, your light, your creativity, your flexibility, your authenticity, your boldness, your courage. They want it. Actually, they need it. They keep recreating the same cycles and shit like that, but you know what? Don't give it to them. Don't give it to them. Do not give it to them. Do not give it to them. And you know what again? You know what as well? If you are in a position or in a situation where it's too much, you can choose to just exit. You can choose to exit your environment some way, somehow, not physically. And you can bring your case up to the universe, to the universal source. You can speak to it. The supreme source that creates everything and destroys everything. Bring your case up there and tell it. Why the fuck am I living this right now? Don't be afraid to cuss. You got the power to. Tell them, what the fuck, is happening right now? Did I come to this ghetto, for that? For this... Because it's pathetic. It's gross. It's ugly. And it's not ugliness that's been there. It's ugliness that they choose to create. It's ugliness that they choose to perpetuate. It's ugliness that they force people to become comfortable with. They force you to be mediocre. They force you to become mediocre. They force you to become, but they don't have the power to. Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah. Shit. I've been through hell so much. Now when I'm there, everybody be calling me big bro. I got all the fucking keys. Everybody be calling me out. He's pulling up, he's not here for long. He's just passing by. You're just passing by. That's the kind of power you have, artist. Don't think anybody can close you off. Don't think anybody can knock you off, knock you down. Anybody or anything. Period. I'm not the first one that gonna tell you that, and I'm not the last one. Shit. Yeah, man. You're doing your thing. Peace out.